we're really happy. I mean, we got 118 kids out here, so we've got really good numbers. And they've been working hard, you know. I mean, all through the summer and everything, they've done a good job. And now we get to actually play a little football tomorrow. So, you know, they've done well, and the numbers have been great. We've averaged over 100 every day in the summer. Obviously, vacations and kids get sick here and there. You miss a kid here or there, but we've been 100 plus every single day. So, you know, the commitment, the dedication, the hard work's been there. So we're excited to, you know, progress towards the season.
Returning at like 12 to 14 starters or
so?
A
lot on defense.
Give or take?
A lot on defense, yeah. Obviously, offense is no secret. We lost some really experienced players that have started with us for 4 years. So on the offensive side, you have Bryce Blackwood, Matthew Lopez, and Jaden Jennings up front returning. Receiver, we have one, Josh Blocker, returning. He played last year, but we had Anthony Camarda came out. He played for us 2 years ago and didn't play last year. He's 6'4". We got a kid from the basketball team, Trevor Grant, who's baseball team, not basketball, baseball team. Trevor Grant's 6'3", and Chris Weber is our returning starting tight end too, and he's about 6'2", 6'3". So we've got some really good size across the receivers, and then you got Miles Wallace and Christian Heinzelman returning in the backfield, and they're like 1A, 1B. They're both going to play a lot.
Well, talking about big size, your quarterback, Davis Walker, let's talk a little bit about him.
Hit a little growth spurt since last year, didn't he?
Yeah,
he's in between that 6'3", 6'4" range. He's a tall kid. Worked hard in the offseason. He's over 200 pounds. I think he weighs in like 202, 203. So he's a big kid with a live arm. He played some for us last year and then got hurt and was out for the year. So we're expecting big things out of him. I mean, he's big size and big arms. So, you know, hopefully he can take the reins to this thing and get it going.
Talk about your defense, the leaders you have there, Carter Kendall and Josh Seppi, the expectations and what you feel about that defensive line in the secondary.
Yeah, so in the secondary, 3 of the 4 return in Jaden Jennings, Jackson Cheek, and Chris Panko. Those 3 return in the secondary. Miles Wallace is going to be the other corner. All 3 of the linebackers return in Josh Seppi, Joe Rizzo at the mic, and Tanner Vincent at the other outside backer. And then on the D-line, we return 3 of the 4 in DeAndre Scott, who started at backer as well, but moving up to D-end, Carter Kendall and Matthew Lopez, returning starters. And then from JV, Chinadu Ahimi. He played JV for us. We'll be starting there. So, you know, on defense, we're 9 of 11 that started last year. So that's something that we really got to hang our hat on, and we expect them to be, you know, the backbone of the team, which has been a little bit different from years past. You know, we've been a little offensive heavy over the last few years, and you know, we're excited. You know, and I think with the mix we have on the offense and having that size at receiver and stuff, you know, we're going to have to play a little bit differently than we have. But we're excited. We're excited to get started.
Talk about getting started. Look over your schedule. It's bookends really tough. You start off with Porter Ridge, and then arguably the toughest last 3 games in the county with Sun Valley, Catholic, and Weddington. You
forgot to mention Sun Valley, Monroe, Marvin right before
that
yeah. Too. So, and Parkwood and Piedmont. I mean, you know, I've been here long enough. I think all the coaches been here long enough. Southern Carolina football, this is what it is. You add the big boy in Catholic, and it just gets better. And Monroe, you know, but we've always played Monroe. So, I mean, them being in conference, I mean, we've always played each other. But, I mean, you got 3 state champions, and you've got a team like us who was in a state semifinal, Marvin, who was a play away. I don't know, I think they had like 97 overtimes against Hickory Ridge to go to the state semifinal. You know, so you've got great experience, and then you've got, you know, arguably probably the best player in the conference at Sun Valley with Sam Howell, who it's just, he's done such a good job watching him over the last few years develop and stuff. You know, everything that he's got his way is well deserved. And then Parkwood and Piedmont, you know, Parkwood has a new coach, not sure exactly what they're going to do, but I'm pretty sure he's going to have them ready to go. And Coach Hyatt's done a great job at Piedmont. So, you know, week in, week out, I mean, it's that. But yeah, I mean, we tested ourselves. We tested ourselves early, and I think in the non-conference, that's all you can do, because, you know, you could play a little bit lighter in the non-conference, and it's going to be a nightmare when you get into the conference play. So we really wanted to test ourselves, and Coach Hertz has done a great job at Porter Ridge. You know, he's really turned them around. They had a great year last year, and from what I'm hearing, they're picked to be towards the top of their conference. So, you know, I know they got the 1D tackle who's really, really good, and I think they have a receiver DB type that's really, really good. Don't quote me on the names, but I know they're those are two of the players that I've heard that are really good. So we're really trying to, just prep for that. And they run a scheme that you only see once in a while. So we really got to be fundamentally sound and execute against them. But we're excited, and it's going to be a gauntlet, but I think we'll be ready.